Okay, here's my Cuisinart Keurig single cup brewer. I've just figured out and fixed my brewing cycle issues. So it was only putting out maybe 4 ounces, if that, if probably more like 2 ounces if I was doing a full brew cycle at 8 ounces or even 12 ounces. Wouldn't do anything. So as you can see, I just ran a brew cycle and now it is up to 12 ounces. So it's perfectly putting out the right amount. I changed out my filter, doesn't really matter about that. But I was thinking it came up flashing with the Descale. The Descale was not the problem. So I ran a couple of Descale cycles, I filled it up and then put the powder stuff in it. So I used this Coffee Mate or Brew Right stuff and it worked. Kind of descaled, but I didn't really see white particles come out like a normal Descale would. So I banged on it, I tried the slap and burp, that didn't work. I even looked up at the needle and it looked pretty clean. And I stuck, so I have this. I bent a piece of like a key ring thing because I couldn't find a paper clip anywhere around. So this was a little piece of a key ring and I shoved that in there. I thought I got it pretty good, but apparently I didn't. So see how far this is? This is probably like 1.5 inches. So I stuck that in there about 1.5 inches and would rotate it around inside the needle or inside the nozzle up here, this little needle that punctures the Keurig K-cup. And so once this goes in there, I'd stick it in and then twist it and pull it out and then notice that there's some coffee grinds on there. So I did that probably about 20 times. And after about the 10th time, I saw that it was making significant improvement in the amount of water that was outputting, and flow was great. And then inside here is usually the little filter basket for if you want to put your own coffee in there. And I could see that I was catching more grinds before I had the other cup or the other holder in there and just had it brewing straight into a glass. And that glass showed lots of coffee grinds. So that's what worked for me. It took me about 20 times of cleaning out this needle up inside here. Don't forget that there's like a little rubber gasket that holds the needle, so sometimes this will hold some of the coffee grinds up in there too. So you want to pull this out every now and then and wash this, or rinse it off, or clean it off, brush it off, and hopefully you will not have this problem anymore, just like me. So if you get the Descale issue, it may not actually be that there is scaling inside, but it's actually someone probably popped the top to one of the K-cups. One of these guys, they ripped this foil off and stuck the cup in and closed it, and it backfed coffee grounds up inside your feed tube to actually feed this needle and then feed into your cup. So that's most likely what happened, because it needs this foil and needs this little rubber washer in order to keep the pressure on the lid and to keep all that system tight, and so it won't backfeed and fill up your needle with coffee grinds when it stops working. So that's what I think actually happened with mine, is that one of my guests decided to rip this lid off, stick it inside, and try and get a cup of coffee, and it stopped working on them and had scaling issues. So Descale does not mean that you always have to have scale inside your Keurig coffee maker. Thanks, hope this helps you out.